Hey there, guys. So today we have a beer experiment. I've done this before, but I thought it's been a while since I've done it. And basically, we're beer blending. You might have known that I recently did a vertical of Founders Imperial, and I have some of that saved, actually. I poured the rest of it into this growler kind of thing, swing top. And we're going to make a spicy American Mexican stout kind of a recipe. So let's go. Let's quickly get through this because it will be a multiple-part video. First thing I did was get about a tablespoon of Stumptown coffee, grounded it up, and actually probably don't need the spoon. Let's try to just chuck this in there. All right, that works. So there we go. So about a tablespoon of coffee. I'll post the ingredients below. Let's get that up there. All right, there we go. Sorry, 1 second. Yep, it's in there. So that's a tablespoon of coffee. Next thing we have is cacao nib. Again, this is a replica of something like Mexican cake, which has pretty much all of these ingredients. So we're going to put a tablespoon in there. That's going to hopefully offer some bitterness and coffee flavors, but mostly just like coffee bitterness kind of flavor. Next, we have vanilla extract. You can use a store-bought, but I obviously have vanilla beans in vodka. That's how you actually make vanilla extract. And actually recommend using this if you want to replicate something like vanilla rye from Bourbon County. Just chuck this into Bourbon County. A video of it, and it's actually pretty awesome. It actually works very well. So this we want to give half a teaspoon. So let's go half a teaspoon. Actually, let's go full teaspoon. Yeah, full teaspoon. All right, there we go. Full teaspoon of this. Let's get the, yep. And then you want to be very light on the cinnamon. Cinnamon is a very intense flavor. So we're going to go real low on this. We're going to go 1/4 teaspoon. I love that. And it's actually, yeah. Actually, maybe lighter than a 1/4 teaspoon. A light 1/4 teaspoon. And then we want to go with the most kind of finicky ingredient, which is peppers. I like using habanero, though even habanero, it's, again, a plant. So it will have differing amounts of spiciness. I've used 1/3 of a habanero before, and it's been not too spicy. I've used 1/3, and it's been perfect. I've used half a habanero, and it's been, you know, it's very varying. Again, it's a plant, and you don't know how much heat you're going to get from something. And heat is a very kind of aggressive flavor, and you really want to balance it. You don't want to have too much or too little. And it's, again, like cinnamon, you want to be very careful with it. So I've dried chilies. I actually don't know what these are called. If you recognize what these peppers are, let me know, because I just basically dried them. And what I'm going to do is just basically just break them up and put them in. I have tried tasting them before, and they're extremely spicy. So if you handle spicy stuff, make sure you wash your hands and do not do anything otherwise. This is very spicy stuff. I actually don't plan on steeping this too long. I've done it sometimes for maybe an hour. This I probably plan on steeping for half an hour. We'll see. I put half the pepper in. Again, this is not a final product. You just want to make sure you taste. I would say 10 minutes in, 20 minutes in, 30 minutes in, keep tasting. Make sure the flavors are balanced. I'm going to put a light amount. What I want to do with the rest of this beer is recarbonate. And so basically, I'm filling it to a point where it's filling up all the ingredients and it's going to steep. And again, throughout, I'm going to taste this to make sure that the balance of flavors are correct. It's not going to be an ideal flavor because, again, it's going to be very intense. You're going to have a lot of spice. You're going to have a lot of cinnamon. You're going to have a lot of coffee. But ideally, the flavors will be balanced. Then you recarbonate the beer, balance it out. So we have this here, and I'll be back very soon. Cheers. Guys, so we're back. And basically, it's been about, I would say, something like 30, 40 minutes. And I've tasted it throughout. And I had to actually add a little bit of chili and a little sprinkle of cinnamon. Again, my recipe is what I've learned through my experience of doing this maybe a handful of times only. So I'm not the most experienced person about it, but that's what I found to be a good recipe. But in general, you have to sort of taste and add the ingredients to your tasting. My taste is not the same as yours. So, but anyway, I'm very happy what it tastes like now, and we have a concentrate. So there we go. So what we do is we French press. Again, you don't need to buy French press for this. Use a simple strainer. It is literally poured all in a bowl or a cup and then just strain it out. It is that simple. You don't need a fancy, Bodum French press like I have or anything weird. Just anything simple that can just strain it out. Even a coffee filter will do this. So there we go. So we have all the ingredients in here. The cinnamon, the vanilla, the chili. What else we have? Cacao nib and that's it, right? And coffee, sorry. So this is a concentrate, what we have here. I'm trying to get the rest of it out in here. Okay. And it is pretty intense. I could smell it. Yeah, that doesn't smell very drinkable. It is a cinnamon bomb. It's very spicy. It is aggressively flavored. But the whole point is that we're making a concentrate and then we're bouncing it out and recarbonating it with fresh beer. And there we go. The tiny particles, I believe, in the cinnamon is causing this kind of reaction where it just like, takes its own fun with the carbonation, and you'll see that it is doing fun things with it. And yeah, so let's get the aroma on this. It smells more strained, more chocolatey, more stouty than that ridiculous aroma I was getting from the concentrate. It smells like a straight, amazing kind of spicy stout, spicy Imperial stout, but I very much enjoy. Again, this is Founders Imperial in here. Cheers. Wow. Oh my God, that's so good. So good. Guys, you have to do this. Up front, the milky chocolate, but also that big pop of cinnamon, coffee bitterness throughout. Maybe the cacao nib is offering some bitterness. I'm not sold that cacao nib actually offers a good amount of flavor with the short kind of steeping that I'm doing. The spice, rounding, hitting the lips, hitting the back of the throat, lingering on the back end. The vanilla. The vanilla is very much playing with that sweetness and fudginess and the chocolate that this beer offers. Oh my God, guys. The cinnamon character. I mean, the most recent cinnamon beer I had was Proprietor's 14, Gusan Proprietor's 14, and that cinnamon quality is here. But also that sweetness that I'm getting, I imagine is from the base beer and the vanilla. That's like playing with the sweetness here. Oh man, it's so good. And you just get a sort of heat that's playing around. Yeah, it's heat. It's not really that, yeah, it's actually hitting the back of the throat. So it is spicy, but it's almost a lingering warming. That's sort of playing with the palate. It's not like eating a spicy plate of buffalo wings or something. It is just like another layer of flavor that's offering a little tingling heat and sensation. Sorry. That's really cutting out from that bitterness of the cacao and the bitterness of this base beer. Oh my God, guys. This is absolutely amazing. I don't know what to say. This is if they bottled this would be one of my favorite beers ever. And I hate to say that this is so simple because I already think Founders Imperial is one of my favorite beers. And just throwing some ingredients in makes it one of my favorite beers. But I'm a huge geek for adjunct Imperial stouts. And this is just incredible. Actually, I said this earlier, that I recently did this with Bourbon County Stout. Unfortunately, I lost the video. But I actually did it and asked a friend to come over. And he had it, and he was like, wow, this is really good. And he even picked out that heat. He's like, wait, is there pepper in here? And it's such a great compliment to me that the beer, this blend offers this kind of heat that's not offensively spicy. It's almost like a wonderful back of the throat kind of lingering heat that you're like, oh, wait, there is a bit of pepper. There's a little bit of interesting complexity here. And doing this with Bourbon County is absolutely ridiculous. If you guys really want me to do a review with Bourbon County, I'll do it. But the Founder's Imperial is just as good, and all these adjuncts in this beer is just amazing. And yeah, sorry if I'm ruining beer, but I love adjunct stouts, and this is absolutely amazing. Highly recommended. We'll post a recipe under there. And until next time, guys, cheers. I'm gonna enjoy this. This is absolutely fantastic. Cheers later.